Happy Wednesday, and the question of the week is, what is automated underwriting? So when you get a pre-qualification or a pre-approval, it has to go through what's called automated underwriting system. 80% of all loans are through a system, whether it's an FHA loan, they have their own system. If it's rural development, which is USDA, it's called GUS. And then if it's conventional, there's a system for Fannie Mae and a system for Freddie Mac. And so it all gets ran through this automated underwriting system. And so we're going to talk about that and talk about what that means. Before I give you any more juicy details, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. So 80% of all loans are ran through the automated underwriting system. What loans aren't would be if you have a low credit score and you want manual underwriting or a hard money loan. But for the vast majority, they have to get run through an automated underwriting. So what happens when you apply, you fill out your application information, a loan officer should verify that everything's correct, and then we have to run it through this system. And it takes about 20 seconds, it's compiling, and then it spits out either an approval or a denial. And so based on that, then we can then take that approval if it's a thumbs up, and then what we should do next is get your backup documentation, because later once you have an offer accepted, or when you do have an offer accepted, that has to go to the underwriter, to a live person with that automated approval, and then whatever's needed to back up that loan approval is required, like pay stubs, bank statements, W-2s, an employment verification, etc. So if you get a thumbs down, that means you didn't get an approval. What can be done? Well, we can rework that application. Maybe we find out that you have retirement money and we add that into the application. Or instead of showing that you have gift funds, we show that the money is yours and you let it season in your account for a couple months. Or perhaps there's something else that can be done, like putting a little bit more money down or working to raise your credit score. So once we have an automated approval, it's always important to have the backup documentation for it, because if I say that you have $50,000 in your retirement account just to get an approval, but then you don't really have $50,000 in your retirement account, well then we won't get past underwriting and it'll be thumbs down again. So an automated underwriting system is essentially important because it's step one in getting your loan approved. It doesn't mean that you have a clear to close. It doesn't mean that you automatically have carte blanche on your approval and you won't have some bumps along the way. But it does mean, especially if a loan officer was thorough enough to collect documents, that the information that was input, if it's solid and it's good and it's correct, then you have that approval. And so most real estate agents really, when they're calling me to check on the quality of my pre-approval, they're asking, have I run automated underwriting? Have I collected documents? Have I ran credit? Do I have pay stubs and bank statements? Those are the questions that typically get asked. And so if you are working with a loan officer that hasn't done those steps, you have a problem, because you might get that loan officer might get a call from that real estate agent, and that lender can't really say, yeah, I've done all of that, or yes, I've had documents if they don't. They could, but they'd be lying. And we don't want that. We don't need that in this industry, that's for sure. So automated underwriting system, so cool, so easy to use, so helpful. And so you start with your application and it actually gets exported into this automated underwriting system, and then it compiles everything quickly. It's amazing and super accurate. And then it tells you approved or denied. And if it's denied, we just figure it out and rework it and figure out how to get you approved. This is Dawn Connors at MortgageOne, providing you fantastic mortgage solutions. Don't forget to share out this video.